What is going on, Jet fans? We are ready for day 2 of the NFL draft. Yesterday, day 1 was a surprise. I don't think anyone expected the Jets to go Will McDonald at pick 15, but we are back for day 2. We are live streaming over on Jets Talk 24/7. The second and third round yesterday was a massive success. Thank you to everyone who came out and hung out with us. We are going to do it again today. We're going to do it again tomorrow. I cannot wait. And what I wanted to do was give you a little bit of a preview of some guys who the Jets could target in the second round. This video is brought to you by Konzuri. Guys, have you ever wished you had a couple of extra inches added to your height? I know whenever I put these shoes on, I go from like a 6'4", 230 pounder to a 6'6" guy who's maybe could play tight end at the next level. But if you're like 5'10" and are trying to get to that 6 foot height range, Konzuri is the perfect shoe for you. It adds a couple of extra inches to your height by having a lifted heel. And if the ladies could have high heels and push-up bras, why can't the guys get a couple extra inches from Konzuri over here? It is a beautiful and stylish shoe. We'll take a look. I love it. I think it looks beautiful. It goes with anything. You get it in black, you can get it in white. But for a limited time, our listeners get an extra 15% off with the code. So that is a total of 45% off because the whole site's already 30%. Get an extra 15, so 45% off with my code Matt. Konzuri.com/Matt. Pick yourself up a pair of these beautiful shoes. All right, so let's hop into it. The Jets have the 12th pick in the second round here, and I wanted to first go through all the teams that are picking in front of the Jets just so we have an idea, and then some players that the Jets could potentially target, maybe not, but we'll go through this together, and then at the end you can tell me who you want the Jets to pick. But the Steelers, Cardinals, Lions, Colts, Rams, Seahawks, Raiders, Panthers, Saints, Titans, and Packers at pick 42 are the picks before the New York Jets are on the clock at pick number 43. So who do we want to see go to the New York Jets? Here's a list of some guys who are best available. Obviously, like Will Levis isn't going to make this list because, one, I don't think he's sitting there at 43. I think either one of the teams in front of the New York Jets grab him or a team trades up for him. But I'm going to give you a list of guys who I think the Jets could take, and then you obviously at the end can chime in with who you want to see the Jets take. Michael Mayer, the tight end from Notre Dame, very surprising he didn't go in round 1. I thought for sure he was going to go in round 1. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills jumped the Dallas Cowboys to take Dalton Kincaid, which obviously you got to be pretty frustrated, I would think, if you're a Cowboy fan. But I thought, okay, Mayer there. Nope. To the Bengals, get a weapon for Joe Burrow. They don't really have a great tight end. Nope. So he is still available. Would the Jets pull the trigger on that? They've had a ton of visits with tight ends early on throughout this draft process. So would they surprise us and go that route? Maybe. I mean, he's a stud. I don't, that's not my preference. I made that pretty clear. I like the Jets tight end room, but maybe the Jets are looking for an improvement there. What about Brian Branch? He was another surprise who didn't go in the first round, the safety. I don't love the fit for the New York Jets because he played a ton of slot corner, and he's kind of going to have to make that transition to safety in the NFL after pretty much being a slot corner at Alabama. Can he do it? Maybe, but I don't love the fit for the Jets defense, and I'd be surprised if they went safety this early. I've kind of said it before. I think Jet fans, and even me, like add me to the list, value safety and linebacker more than this staff and regime do. Last year, I thought was a prime opportunity for them to grab either a linebacker or safety. They did not. I think we are much more likely to see Quan Alexander sign after the NFL draft to add the linebacker depth there. And safety, I think they would wait on. I'd be surprised if they did that in the second round. Steve Avila is a fan favorite. He is a guard who does have center experience. Could the Jets draft him at guard and then have AVT play tackle? Would that be a plan? I would be surprised by it. I think they need to have AVT just like stick in a spot and run with it. For whatever reason, he's bounced around. He's played every single position in his 2 years except for center. Left tackle, left guard, right tackle. I think right guard is where he should slot in, but who knows? Maybe if they feel comfortable with him at right tackle, which is where he played the most last year, you draft Avila, plug him in at right guard, and then you're on your merry way from there. Someone that I like a lot, and I think it would be a big fit, is Keanu Benton, interior defensive lineman from Wisconsin. After the Jets signed Connor McGovern, I thought, okay, you could go away from the centers. We'll talk about some centers in a little bit here in this video, but what if they went to the interior defensive line? If they doubled up on D-line, I don't know how much I love that draft strategy, but Keanu Benton next to Quinnen Williams would be a home run. I love his motor. I love his ability to get after the passer and be just a force in the run game. I think that would be a pick. That would be another Robert Saleh pick. He would love that, but I don't know how much I buy back-to-back picks on the defensive line. Maybe they do it, but I would be a little bit surprised by that, even though I love the player and I love the fit for the New York Jets. Let's talk about those centers. I just hinted at it. The three that are still available, none of the centers went. John Michael Schmitz, is he going to fall that far? I think I'd be surprised if he made it all the way to 43. He was borderline first round for me, but who knows? Maybe he does. And with the Jets, if they really like him, which, let's be honest, they do. They've met with him, I think, 3 different times. Maybe they pull the trigger on him. Other centers, Joe Tippmann, Luke Whippler. Those are 2 guys who are projected to go second or third round. Jets don't have a third round pick as of right now. Maybe they trade back. That's something else that I kind of wanted to talk about in this video. There's a chance that the Jets could trade back and try to recoup some picks. That was, the prediction I was running with yesterday. I've been on that for a little bit. If there's a player that they like, I mean, sure, just stay there and grab the guy. But if you have an ability to trade back, maybe you could do just that with the 43rd pick and try to get a pick in the 3rd round. If I had to rank the centers in order from my preference, it would be John Michael Schmitz, Luke Whippler, and then Joe Tippmann 3rd. If they wanted to wait and get a day 3 guy, that's where you get a Stromberg or someone like that in there. What about offensive tackle? There's 3 guys that I think could potentially make sense for the Jets in the 2nd round. Cody Mock, aka Neanderthal, Matt O'Leary is on the list here, but I think he projects more as a guard at the next level. Matthew Bergeron from Syracuse, and Dawand Jones, who is a huge behemoth of a human being, is still available. Would they do that and just have bookend tackles of Dawand Jones and Mekhi Becton, 2 absolute mammoths of a human being? Maybe they do. Maybe they wanted to wait to this point. Green Bean jinxing Anton Harrison last night into getting picked was absolutely hilarious. But of this group, I think I would go Dawand Jones and then Bergeron. I don't love the fit of Cody Mock, but I guess he has to be on the table here. Last but certainly not least, we know they didn't take Jackson Smith and Jigba in the 2nd round, but could they take a wide receiver in round 2? Supposedly they really like Josh Downs, the wide receiver out of UNC. To me, he is very similar to what Elijah Moore was in this Jets offense, and obviously they moved Elijah Moore, so if they're looking for a slot receiver, maybe they could go with him. Cedric Tillman is a wide receiver also that I like, who is projected to be available. You also have guys like Jalen Hyatt, and you could go right down the line of potential opportunities there at the wide receiver position. But the 2 that stand out the most to me who are still available is Josh Downs and Cedric Tillman. Those are the guys. So did I leave anyone off the list? I know I didn't talk much safety outside of Brian Branch, but I don't really think that's the route the Jets are going to go. I didn't think they were going to go edge, so take that with a grain of salt. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you want to see the Jets do today on day 2? Once again, reminder, we are going to be live on Jets Talk 24/7 starting at 6 p.m. throughout the entirety of the NFL draft. So please make sure to tune in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.